Alright, so we're gonna do a new story for Until Dawn. It's gonna be a very serious playthrough now. This is, I want to correct some of the mistakes I made, because this is gonna be what I would call my review version of it. And the only thing I'm really gonna talk about, we're not gonna make fun of it, I'm just gonna grin and bear. We're not gonna do a lot of collectible shit, like totems and shit like that. Basically, all we're gonna do is whatever is key to gameplay. We're gonna blast through this. And we're gonna try and see if we can keep certain people alive. Now that we know how we should play, I didn't want to just, like, change the episodes and stuff like that. Like, try and change the story. I'm gonna start fresh. I don't want any effect. No butterfly effect. Now, review-wise, you know, I'm considering my review may change at the end of this. I gave this a 6 yesterday. The most it could get is a 7. It's basically, the range is 5 to 7 on this game. I don't see it dropping from a 6 down to 5, but, you know, just in case, like, if I have a big bug or glitch where my game crashes. I honestly do not care about this. I'm just gonna talk over it. Basically, like, one of the things you'll see, the textures in this, there are textures, and, like, if I'm gonna do a full review, graphically, it is very mixed. Technologically, it's very good. But there are so many segments, like right now, the hair is really bad. The hair in this game is really bad, the clipping and stuff like that. Facial animation is dead on, hair is bad. The fact that they tried to animate every individual strand, you know.
Doesn't mean he belongs to everyone. Mike is my man.
I'm not anybody's man.
This is
Hey, darling.
This is a very interesting game in terms of... The story is the big selling point. If you're a fan of horror, of cheesy horror B-movies, you are going to like this game. If you are a fan of, if you're a fan of, like, a serious horror movie, play Outlast. Don't do this. My thing is... I'm really intrigued with the story. To me, there are a lack of options. I wish there was a third option in every situation. I really just don't like the two options because they're not really intuitively obvious. It's also not intuitively obvious. Like, again, the first playthrough where I got four people killed, it was just me trying... It was me trying to actually play the game the right way, how I thought was the right way, and it ended up fucking me over, because I tried to play it safe. Okay.
Jeez, Josh. Once again, brother, you've outdone us all.
This is interesting. Okay, I am actually gonna try for the collectibles. I'll tell you what, fuck it. I'll try and... Also, the QTEs in this are very bad.
Oh my god. What did our naive sister get herself into now? I got your note.
Glad you can make it.
What's that? Cannot connect to server, so network features for this appear unavailable. What does that mean?
Maybe we should start with a little, you know, making out.
Okay, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to break this up differently. I'm gonna have to get through this prologue, pause it, and stop the stream, and see if the stream was actually working before I do another episode.
What? Oh my god. Matt, what are you doing here?
Hannah.
I'm sorry, Hannah. This all got
Don't
out
mind.
of hand.
Just a stupid prank. Hey, you guys are jerks. You know that? Hannah!
You are a willing participant, but... Alright, so we're gonna change things up. Alright, I love use the right state. Okay, before we wake Josh. Let's wake Josh.
Josh.
There's really, I want this playthrough to not be affected by certain choices in the game.
Guys, there's someone outside.
Also, I have to deal with the QTE with the don't move. I now know where that is. Like, I got so many people killed by accident in that last playthrough.
Where's my
I
sister
kind of
going?
want to go back and fix it.
Fine, she just can't take a joke.
It was just a prank, Han. What did you do?
We just messing around, Beth. It wasn't serious.
You jerks! Hannah!
To be quite honest, it really...
So,
this is where the more I see this,
You know, I think
y'all
the
are getting
last person
so
she wants to
y'all got so overworked over this.
Oh, shit.
So fast. Last time we followed the footprints, this time we're not going to, because I know there'll be that coming up. Last time it was deer. Follow noise.
Damn it, Hannah. Where are you?
Follow footprints. Because I saw her running that way, that's why. It'd be funny if I got Beth killed here by the Wendigo. That would be fucking hilarious. This is all new.
Hannah!
Come on, run, run, run. Don't care about that. I'm walking as fast as I can. Prissy ass jump scare. Love all this running and now it's just this. Death totem. We know they're gonna die. It doesn't matter.
Hannah!
I can breeze through this because I'm not gonna make as much fun of it. That's the thing. The thing for me is, this game would be a much better game if it ramped up a little bit faster. The fact of the matter is, it is so slow to start. It is like 2 to 3 hours of teenage angst bullshit before anything gets good. Like, I was gonna stop this, I was gonna start streaming this right when Jessica got kidnapped by the Wendigo. Just because that was the only thing that interests me. Was after that. Doesn't this look familiar to me?
No!
Stop walking backwards! I received an invitation to Paladins. No, that game just pissed me the fuck off to no end. Like, I am a very good player. I cannot get people I can play with for the life of me. Like, I'm in a party with a group of people and I can't.
Hold on!
I look at Beth as kind of a bitch. So, I'm gonna have Beth drop her. But I did that last time.
I'm so sorry.
Because you're gonna die anyway. Doesn't matter, doesn't matter. Alright, so here we go with this guy. See, this was a twist! I thought this was gonna be, like, I thought he was psychovaling you, but the fact that it's in Josh's head really impressed me. That this is his Jiminy Cricket. Like, there are some things this game got so right. And there are so many things it got wrong. Texturally, it is both beautiful and horrific to look at. In terms of the scares, it doesn't do a good job with the scares. I had like 2 to 3 good jump scares over the course of the game, and then mostly it tried to freak me out with like clowns, which I don't get freaked out by clowns. I just want to kill them because they're creepy. And then the creepy doll faces really did get me.
Every single choice will affect your fate and the fate of those around you.
I mean, the story also is not very good. You don't relate to any of these characters. If you do, there's something wrong with you, in my opinion. But again, this is kind of a review stream of me like reviewing the game as I go. I had a lot more on the walk to work this morning I was talking about, but I can't remember all that crap now.
I'm here to make sure that no matter how upsetting things may get, you will always find a way.
I'm gonna try. I view this very much as an Undertale sort of playthrough. So the first one was just me jumping in.
We will start with
the second one is me saying. The second one, this is the pacifist option. And then I may do a third playthrough. Definitely not directly after this. I have Outlast and Amnesia to get through. But, the third playthrough, that would be the genocide playthrough, if you will.
So, how did that picture make you feel? Remember, be honest.
I will mix it up a little bit now. I feel uneasy.
Okay, honesty is good. What do you think it is that makes you feel uneasy?
I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. Not sure.
If it is something you cannot see, then why does it make you feel uneasy? I mean, is there something in the house?
See, it's not the scarecrow, and it's not the house. It's just the ambient nature. It's more the cornfield itself. The cornfield with the sunshine. Just doesn't look right to me. Yeah, it's in the field. I would say it's in the field.
I see. And is this threat human, or is there some other fear?
Some other fear.
That you had that you would like to talk to me about?
Now, my thing is, the problem is this is going to change the story a bit. So I'm wondering, I should be playing this exactly the same way. I really should. I should be playing this exactly the same way and see if I can get everybody to live. But I think I know how to beat it now, so I want to mix up some of my choices. I really honestly don't think that changing this part, like, the butterfly effect is what concerns me. Those little butterfly things. So that's what I'm wondering, if I am affecting the butterfly choices, not the actual story. That's my thing. And because, of course, if in case you forgot about, you know, what game you were playing. Okay, well, while I'm recording over this, this very long and annoying cutscene to me. Basically, okay, so if you're gonna look at, alright, let me go crack down on the review. Technologically is one of the big things I talk about. A lot of this is great graphically, but there are things that really just, like, if I notice them, it's a problem. I did have a couple of frame rate drops. I'm not trained. My eye is not trained for looking at frame rate drops, but that's how you know if I notice it, it's a problem. Some of that could be the fact that I'm streaming. But technologically, it did a good job. I think the game control itself is pretty bad. Obviously, this game is designed for VR. It's designed for motion controls. You can tell already. That whole don't move thing is... I fail that almost every time. Like, I completely, like, freeze. Just shut up, freeze, don't move, no tremors, no nothing. I have to set the controller on my leg and hope that doesn't do anything. But this is a game that's designed around motion controls, and if you're somebody like me, I'm not a motion control game. That comes across a bit problematic. I'm playing on the option for no motion controls, as you can tell, because there are the button prompts in there. But it doesn't really feel like that. There's also too much of a reliance on QTEs. This is a David Cage game. It really is. I mean that in every sense of the word. In that, all you are doing in the game, by the way, is controlling walking. Everything else is QTE driven.
Warned them against pursuing their construction project.
I also would have liked maybe a harder difficulty setting. That's something where, for example, the timer is shorter, or QTEs are you have less time to choose from them. Everything should be on a timer. That would be one thing for me. Like, they say you have X amount of hours until dawn. I would actually like to see that, like there was a clock counting down, where you had, that's another thing too that they could have added, is maybe a survival level, where it was counting down until dawn. So, if you wanted to rely heavily on QTE, they could have been a survival mode. You know, where you have all the main characters locking themselves in the basement to survive. The transition period from that to where they go back to the lodge and there's the explosion, that to me was very, very poorly done. It seemed almost like a lot of filler. Like they basically just had everybody break up from the group. I would have liked a little bit more of a survival horror element that say it gave you an hour timer that it counted down. Now, I'm saying an hour, not necessarily in terms of real gameplay, but in-game play. Because they have that kind of useless, how many hours until dawn? They could have had that as a level to me, where they actually gave you control. So say, you know, because, you know, Chris had a shotgun. We don't know what happened to it. Mike had the revolver, which they stupidly left behind. You know, maybe they could have armed the girls with something. Obviously, if the stranger had survived, I don't know if he even was intended to live, or if he just died there no matter what happened with that QTE. Maybe he's there with the flamethrower. Maybe the girls have, you know, like flares, or some kind of melee object or something. And the premise is, so the Wendigos are actually coming into the lodge. They're actually finding you. That's a premise light. And that would have set up the idea a lot better that, okay, it's an hour till dawn, we'll just wait it out. Especially if all the other characters are dead. If Jessica is dead by that point, if Matt is dead by that point, if Josh is dead by that point, and it's just say Ashley, Chris, Sam, Emily, and Mike. If that's the cast that you have, you know, if they just have to, like, camp out and survive, that would make it a little bit more survival horror. Because this game, the last 3 hours, well, I shouldn't say 3 hours, the last 2.5 hours, that's how I'll put it, are legitimately tense and nerve-wracking. They're not scary, it's just very tense. It actually picks up in speed. To me, it just took way too long gameplay-wise to get in. Half the game goes by before anything interesting happens to me. Like, for right now, I don't know if I have control or not, so I'm just gonna spend the whole game with my finger on L1 and that. The walking speed is, again, not good in this game. Don't have to make fun of anything, just, I'm mashing the button. Button prompts are also not very responsive, except during QTEs.
Hello?
That's another problem that I have.
Someone there?
Also, the plot is not very strong with this one. The motivations for a few of the people are very easy to identify. The few problems that I do have with this game are mostly in terms of story. The story is pretty well done. Obviously, I have character flaws. There are characters who they are not relatable. I'll go safe, just because there's probably going to be less button prompts. Also, that left stick choice is bad. I would have much rather had... Just climb. See, like, your choices are quick and safe. Really, the safe route is just, it just gives you a longer timer. As opposed to the quick route is a shorter timer. Like the first playthrough, I did the quick route just because I know I can hit the button prompts for the most part. Like that's pretty much what I'm gonna do here. The thing for me is one of the things I really had a problem with this game was the fact that I really, as someone who is trained in QTE games like God of War. Oh god.
Hey, little fella. You hungry?
A don't move one. I hate this.
Cutie.
I have to get so quiet. One of the problems that I have, in all honesty, with this game is just the fact that between that don't move QT, which I'm going to fail almost every time. I mean, the first time I did, I failed it, what, 3 times?
Cool.
I don't care. The R2 and right stick thing is really annoying. Like, this is a game I actually wish there was hand-holding. I really do. Because the hand-holding that this game gives you is not very good. There are certain changes I'm not gonna make. I don't care about this stuff. I know how to move the plot along.
Chris, you ate bags here. Where are you? You're not in the bag, are you?
The writing for the individual characters is also pretty poor, but that to me fits the genre of the stupid white person mentality. I'm still gonna...
Aha! Look who it is.
There's still some narrative things I'm not gonna mess with.
He knows it.
I also wish there was a skip button for some of these cutscenes. I'm literally hammering the X button, but it wants me to sit there and look at that for so long.
I was buzzing.
Cool. Well, thanks for letting me know. I can take it from here.
The game also, to me, seems like it has a lot of collectibles for such a short environment that it wants you to explore, but it doesn't really give you the tools to do it. There's not a good indicator that there's something there besides the glowy, shiny objects. There's not a good walking speed to actually make me move around. Like, the fast walk button to me is literally the only thing in the game that is a decent movement speed.
Pretty rad, right?
Yeah.
Come on, look at these beauties.
Beauties is not the word that comes to mind. Why is this even here?
What do you
Also, the game logic that the characters have is so stupid white people. It's like, it's not anything I can relate to. Now, I'm a young millennial, and I don't relate to these people at all.
Want to try?
No, you go ahead, Grizzly.
All right. Here goes.
Like, a segment like this is kind of an interactive moment, but it's still a QTE to me. There's a lot of these move the stick around and hit the target sort of thing. They want you to decide if you're going to shoot or not. Some of these things are manual, are required.
Wow.
But some of these things, like the squirrel that's about to come up, apparently we're not supposed to shoot the squirrel. Which I'm not going to do. I'm gonna play it safe.
Beginner's luck.
Nah, I don't think so, girl.
Well, anybody and their brother could shoot a bottle that big, that close.
We're not going to shoot the squirrel. You know, Lossie, that would have scared the squirrel off.
Your ass just got sacked.
Hey, sharpshooter, a ride's coming.
Wait, I'm just getting the hang of this.
Come on, Chris, the cable car.
Like, this is interesting, because the bird did not attack. But that's gonna fuck me up later down the line. I can almost guarantee it. Come on. I'm not interacting with all these objects unless it forces me to. Yep, okay, this is unavoidable.
Oh, man, look at this.
Nice. You think we'll get a visit from American?
Don't care. Also, the amount of clipping in this game is a big problem for me as well.
It's abandoned most of the year. Nobody comes up here.
The transition between cutscene and game is pretty good, but it doesn't do a very good job letting you know when you're coming back.
Keep people out.
When you're actually coming back into the game, that is.
I don't know. They said they found people sleeping in the station one time. That's
Creepy.
There's also a lot of moments that I think should be interactable, but there are moments that I thought should have been interactable, and there are moments that I thought should not have been interactable. Like, there's some of these things, you're really going to make me have a button prompt for this, this, and this. I gotta go this way because it kills time.
What a crazy place to set up house. I mean, no matter how rich you are.
Not so rich. Only bought a mountain.
I'll just stand here and wait for the cable car.
I thought the car was closer.
Guess we gotta wait.
I'm trying to get the appeal of killing time at the shooting range. How long is this
I
gonna
also
take?
don't like there's a close-up button somewhere. Where is it? Oh, no, I hit that by accident. I'm sorry. I hate the facial close-up button. I think they really... The control scheme, basically, to me, is so off balance.
Finally, you coming?
Yeah, well, I was gonna stay here and catch some Z's, but okay.
Like, there are so many buttons that are not used.
Just like going to the prom.
What's up, my thing? You're going away to a ski lodge. You only brought one bag.
Adventure begins.
Oh, I hope this was the right thing to do.
What?
You know, get...
I still can't help sitting in this game. This game is so stupid. It's like a stupid bad horror movie to me. That's why it actually grew on me so much playing through it. It's a stupid bad horror movie. Like, I have so many of those in my DVD collection that I love those kind of stupid bad horror movies. It's like, it's intentionally cheesy, but you're there for the cheese. It grows on you. Of course, I like cheese. Literally. I'm a mouse, people call me. So the cheese in game, you know,
Stop talking about what happened and enjoy the trip.
I'm gonna blow through this. Well, we're not gonna stop this stream, probably.
Third grade.
Well, actually, we're gonna stop the stream right
Josh sat in the
here,
back of the
where
room. I sat in the front.
once they exit the cable car and it transitions to another character, I think
But
it's Jess.
the kid sitting next to Josh
Wait, is it
started
Jess,
strap snapping
Emily,
the
or
tray
Matt? I don't
around
remember who it
in
is
front of
next.
him. So the teacher made him
We'll
sit to the
stop it
front,
there,
where I was sitting.
just so I can check the stream.
Okay, so...
And then episode 2 is gonna take us all the way until Jess gets kidnapped, and then we're gonna go back to breaking it down hour by hour by hour. Because I'm probably not gonna have a lot of time to do it today. I'm not gonna be able to tank through it today. But I should be able to get at least the boring crap out of the way. The stuff that I did not like.
I mean, who knows? You could be riding in this cable car alone. Right now. Or talking
Also,
to
the
some
lip
other person
syncing
entirely.
is very off. That's something that, you know, the voice cast that they got was talented. It was just off. The voice acting was good. The writing and the actual lip sync was not good. Here we go. This is where it's gonna transition us to Jess. All right, we're gonna stop it right here. As soon as the X button goes away.
Boy,
Yeah, we're gonna stop it there. Because I need to check this, so we'll be back.